So hello guys, my name is Rutvik and in this video we are going to learn about statistics. So first of all, let we discuss the meaning of statistics first. So the meaning of statistics in the statistics is a method to collect, summarize and analyze the data, right? So basically, in this statistics, we have a huge bunch of data and we perform some operations on it like summarization and analysis, and we come up with some conclusion that is called as a statistics. That is the use of statistics. So as you know that statistics is a one branch of mathematics, and it is most useful in a data science because in a data science we are working with data. So that's why statistics is the most important tool in a data science, right? So as we know that statistics have two parts, divided into two parts. The first part would be uh, descriptive stats. Descriptive stats. In this, we are going to collect, summarize, or analyzing a data with the help of graphs and such called parameters called standard deviation, variance, mean. And another interesting thing about the descriptive states is the descriptive state is divided into four parts. First one, two, and three, and four. The first part is measure of frequency. So in this part, we are going to count how many times a particular data point occur, right? So probably you know about this in if you have seen my video of EDA where I discuss about histogram. At that time I discuss the measure of frequency, that basically in the histogram we do the same thing. So in the histogram we plot in a x-axis a particular number of beans, and in a y-axis we are plotting the number of frequency that a particular data point occur, right? So basically histogram is a univariate analysis, and we discuss all these things in my EDA playlist, right? In the second part, we are going to measure expression, right? So if we talk about the measure of discretion, in this part we are going to check that how our data is spread the data. We measure the how our data is spread using such parameter called variance and standard deviation, etc. In the third part, we are going to talk about the measure of central tendency. So we are going to identify the center part of a particular data point, because whenever we are trying to visualize our data at that time, those data are in a form of group. So we need to identify the central part of that. So we are using this method with the help of such parameters called mean or median, right? In the fourth part, we are going to calculate the percentile, measure of percentile or quartile, measure of percentage, we can say that. So in this part we are going to calculate the percentile or quartile, etc., right? So basically, as a conclusion, in a descriptive states we are going to analyze or summarize the data with the help of four different parts, which is include in descriptive states. The first part would be measure of frequency, second would be a measure of dispersion, third would be a measure of central tendency, and the fourth would be the measure of percentile and quartile, right? So this is all about descriptive states. And if we talk about another part of statistics, which is inferential state, right? Inference states, statistics, statistics inference statistics, whatever data or whatever we have done in descriptive states, right? Like we have analyzed the data. After the analyzing, we are going to make our conclusion on that data. So we are going to judge or anything which is going to declaration statement that we are done in inference statistics, right? So all the process we are going to do in a descriptive statistics, whereas where we try to make a conclusion on a data, that part would be a inference statistics, right? So these are two parts of statistics. First one is a differentive and second one is a first one is descriptive and second is the inference statistics. Now, how can we collect the data? The question is very most important. How can we collect the data, right? Or on which data we are going to perform on all the statistics. So basically, suppose we have a class of 100 students. Here we have 100 students, and we are going to make a sample of them. Like here I am going to ask a 10 student their marks. Here I'm going to ask 10 students of their marks, right? And whatever we have got a conclusion from 10 students, I'm going to merge them and come up with a different conclusion that would be my final result. So suppose uh, in India, this is the one state where I've just found that there has been election in that state, right? And if you want to identify the exit poll, then how does exit poll work, right? So suppose you have a you ask some people of corner of the state and get a result from this population that party 1 will be winning. And if you move to another part of state like this, and here you are asking some people of group, and they will suggest that the party 2 will be winning. So like you will collect some samples, you will ask some peoples and get the data from them, and you will come up and you will merge all this data and come up with a particular solution, come up with a different solution, which is the merger of all the population, or which merger of all the samples conclusion, right? Was a merger of all the samples conclusion. So that would be our final solution. And that this part when we get a solution, when we get a conclusion from samples, and we are going to merge the samples and come up with a different solution, this part we are going to say that this part would be a inference, statistics. So this is all about descriptive statistics and inference statistics. Thank you for watching this video.